Here's something you will never see in porn. The fastest way to turn a woman on doesn't involve touching her clit. It's not her breast either. In fact, it doesn't involve touching her at all. Sounds impossible, right? You'd think the fastest way to arouse her would be physical, that the more you do, the more she feels. But the truth is, for women, it's the opposite. The less obvious you are, the more turned on she gets. The more you hold back, the more her desire builds. It's not about intensity, it's about anticipation. So what is the secret? What actually works and why? Well, that's what I'm going to show you in this video. I'm Magda K, and I've helped literally thousands of men learn how to build sexual tension in the smallest moments so a woman is already turned on before the first kiss ever happens. Let's start with the mistake most men make. They treat women like they treat themselves. You think about what would turn you on, like her touching your cock, and assume that it will do the same for her. But direct stimulation, it rarely works for women. In fact, it often backfires. Because it doesn't feel personal, it doesn't feel connected. It feels like you're doing it for you, not for her. And that is the quickest way to turn her off. So, what's the fastest way to turn her on? Tease her. Oh, nothing works better on women than anticipation. When you tease a woman, you activate the part of her that wants, that craves, that starts writing fantasies in her head before anything even happens. Because here's the secret. A woman's biggest sex organ isn't between her legs. It's between her ears. If you can activate her mind, her body follows. And if you want to learn exactly how to turn her on with nothing but your energy, your eyes, and your presence, click the link in the description. That's where I'll show you the step-by-step system I use with my clients to help them become unforgettable lovers. So, how do you tease her mind? Well, you don't go straight in. You don't make it obvious. You drop hints. You insinuate, you give her just enough and let her imagination run wild. Let me show you how. Imagine you're both home. Maybe she's doing work, maybe folding laundry, and you stop whatever you're doing and just look at her. All of your attention is on her. She'll feel it. She always does. She will look at you, probably a little confused, unsure what you're doing. And you just say, God, you're sexy. Then smile, keep eye contact. Let your gaze linger for like 5 or 10 seconds. Then go back to whatever you were doing. No touching, no follow-up, just presence. And for the next 10 minutes, she won't be able to think of anything else. Her mind will start writing the story. What would happen if you touched her? What will happen later? She'll imagine the rest because you gave her space to do that. That's how anticipation builds. Okay, here's another one. She's doing her thing around the house. You come up behind her, place one hair gently on her waist, slide her shirt down off her shoulder with your fingers, and slowly kiss the back of her neck. Then you pull her shirt back up and walk away. Now she's buzzing, not just in her body, but in her mind. You planted the seed, and her imagination won't stop. This is the power of subtle arousal, not grabbing, not rushing, just being with her energy and knowing how to build it. And if you want to become the kind of man who turns her on before even touching her, okay, click the link in the description. That's where I will show you exactly how to turn moments like this into explosive connection and unforgettable sex. Because here's the truth. If you know how to tease her mind, you don't need to do much else. But if you rush it too fast too soon, you'll lose everything. And there's one place this mistake happens most often. When you go down on her. Because most men skip all the teasing and go straight for the clit. And that's when her body shuts down. So in this next video, I'll show you exactly how to go down on a woman in a way that makes her melt, lose control, and experience the kind of full body orgasm she will still be shaking from hours later.